1972 GMC Sierra Grande, factory big block truck, red and white, Houndstooth. Let's take it for a test drive. This is Texas, and we do not discriminate when it comes to our trucks. Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, short bed, long bed, extended cab, regular cab, everything in between. When it's a truck, we love it here at PC Classic Cars. This is a great truck. It is a 1972 GMC Sierra Classic. This is a long bed truck, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I sell more short beds than I do long beds, but with where the market has gone on these trucks, it's almost crazy that the short beds are almost unbuyable because they are so expensive, and your normal everyday people aren't going to spend $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 for a short bed truck, and some people just prefer the long bed. This is an excellent driving truck. The long beds seem to drive a little bit better. This is a really cool spec'd out pickup. This is a 1972 GMC Sierra Grande. It is a factory big block truck. It has a non-original 402 in it, backed by a turbo 400 3-speed automatic transmission. Shifts great, has great power. It is also equipped with power steering and power brakes. You have factory AC, which has been converted to R134A, blows nice and cold. And again, I do want to preface, if earlier in the video I didn't say it right, this is a Sierra Grande. Being that it's a GMC, it is a Sierra Grande. You have all the great trim, and it's an awesome looking truck cosmetically. On the interior, you have this great looking orange and white Houndstooth seat cover. Carpet is in great shape. Floor mats look awesome. You have your factory gauges with the tach. You have tilt. You have your stock stereo. I would upgrade the stereo to a retro style radio. It's just a standard AM stereo right now, and that's one of the things not working. It does power on, it's just not playing any sound. To be honest, I don't know if there's any speakers in this truck, but you can put some kick panel speakers or put some speakers behind the seat if you want to. But a nice aftermarket sound system would be a great upgrade for the truck. Great big steering wheel, but it is power steering, so it's easy. Looks like you probably had one of the aftermarket mirrors mounted to the visor at one point, so there's a couple little indentations y'all can see in the video here on the visor, but the headliner and the visors are in great shape. But just to recap the few things that are not working, the washer fluid sprayers are not spraying any fluid, the parking brake isn't working correctly, and then the AM radio is not playing any sound. I don't know if, again, it has speakers that work or what's going on, but I would suspect wanting to do a new stereo. You will find the Does It Work section in the additional media section of the website, PCClassicCars.com. Click on the vehicle that you're interested in. Obviously, we're talking about this 72 GMC Sierra Grande. So find this on the website, scroll to the very bottom. You will see the additional media section in there, so it's got a lot of good extra info, including the photo of our really cool SPID decal. So that's still in the glove box. VIN plates over here in the driver's door jamb where it needs to be. So really cool documented truck with all the cool options that it's got on it. But enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and get in the throttle. Smooth, easy power from that 402. Again, it's not the original motor to the truck. It's a replacement 402, but it is a factory big block truck. This motor is more of a stock style motor than anything. I don't know when it was put in, or do I know how many miles are on that motor. I don't know how many miles are on the truck, but it's showing 57,115. The truck was probably redone a number of years ago, but it has held up extremely well. On the exterior, I know it's listed as red and white. It really is kind of a combo between red and orange, depending on if it's outside or inside. It does have an orange or a red tint when the light hits it, but it is a factory two-tone truck like you see it. It really does match the interior here. It's a great combo. Paint quality shows great. Outside of a couple very small little imperfections and little touch-ups, it's a great looking truck. There's a small little flaw on the lower corner of the driver's door over there on the passenger side. The trim looks good with some smaller little imperfections. Same thing with the grille. No spray in bed liner, which is perfectly okay in this one because the bed floor and the paint in the bed does represent clean. Same thing with the inside of the tailgate. On the underneath of this truck, the floors, the inner rockers, all of that does show great. Looks like it's probably had just a little bit of work done on the floor braces, but I don't see any problems. They did a great job. It shows very solid on the bottom. Nice rally wheels, good tires, and just one hell of a good looking truck. Love the two-tone, love the interior, and I also love the way that this truck drives. Stops and steers excellent. Motor's got good power. Transmission shifts like it should. I will say it does look nice and dry underneath right now. With any old vehicle, if it's this one or something else in the inventory, you never know when something simple can start dripping, a seal can shrink up or expand. When owning an old classic car, it's just to be expected that at some point you're gonna get some little seeps and weeps and little drips here and there. Again, this one does look good right now. You start driving it consistently, it could stay that exact same way, or it could develop a little drip at some point. There's no way for myself or anybody else in this business to predict when that's going to happen. So I always educate my customers, if they never own an old car, just expect at some point you're probably gonna have a little drip. And if it develops into a major one, then you need to worry about some repairs. But if you do get a little drip underneath your classic car from the motor, transmission, or rear end at some point, just know that you're not alone. You're just gonna expect that from older cars. The designs aren't the same as our new stuff today. But back on this truck, the driving position is great. You do have this tilt column if you are needing a little bit more room. Tons of room to get in and out of the truck. Not uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form. The glass is all great. You get a little bit of vent and window noise, but they are nice and tight. The rubbers do look good on both sides. Some little vertical and kind of horizontal streaks, I guess, on both of the side windows, but no issues with the main windshield, no issues with the back glass. All that does look good. I love the gauge set on these. You have your speedo, your tach, your fuel gauge, and then you have the 4 circle holes, 4 gauges, but this only has 3 gauges. You have your volt, your temperature gauge over on the left here. There's nothing in the third hole here, just a little screen, or just a little lens, excuse me, and then you have your oil pressure. But all those are working great. You got your interior turn signal bulbs, which are working. You got your headlight switch. You got your factory dimmer switch down there on the floor as well. Factory heat and AC controls are working correctly. Again, that AC blows cold. This is a great truck. It really is a great truck. Forgot to mention, you do have side mirrors on the left and the right, and you have your rear view mirror here, which is very clear and easy to see out of. When you pop the hood, it looks very OE and spec in there. It looks like a factory big block. Obviously, again, this is a factory big block truck, but the motor has been changed out. Wiring checks out good. Fluids are all good. Charging system, like always, is doing its job. Radiator's keeping it nice and cool. We have great oil pressure. If I was gonna do anything and it's not 100% needed, I just like to do them on pretty much any truck that I would personally keep. This one still retains the fuel tank over here, the fuel neck, excuse me, on the driver's side cab, and it's got the fuel tank here behind the seat. I like to put fuel tanks underneath the bed floor. That's just me, but you don't have to. It doesn't smell like fuel in here. The exhaust is coming all the way out the back, has a great exhaust note. And just for the sake of getting y'all a little bit better of a pull here, we'll crank it down into 1 and we'll manually shift up through the gears here. Great shifts from that transmission. As always, I'm Michael. This is a 1972 GMC Sierra Grande factory big block truck with factory AC, automatic transmission, red and white, orange and white, whatever you want to say, houndstooth interior, SPID decal in the glove box, and just a killer truck front to back. As always, we appreciate y'all stopping in to watch these test drives. Make sure you check out that additional media section on the website, pcclassiccars.com. Check out the content we're posting across all of our social platforms every single day. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks again for watching.